are going to make a party in my mouth as they go head-to-head in my kitchen to fight it out for nothing but bragging rights. No, gotta get it. Tonight, two of California's hottest young chefs battle it out. 31-year-old Jason Paluska of The Lark in Santa Barbara cooks farm-to-table food with bold flavors and big ideas. I'm freaking out a little bit, but I'm pulling it down. And he'll face off against 31-year-old Kyle Itani of Hopscotch in Oakland, who's a master of Japanese cuisine. Holy crap, that's good. Both of them must win over Judge and James Beard Award winner Naomi Pomeroy of Beast, along with two-star Michelin chef Josiah Citrin.
Have one big slug of your beer right now!
With two young guns in the kitchen, who will go out in a blaze of glory?
Here we go.
I think he's dead. I'm Chef Elon Hall, and The Gorbals is my restaurant. For years, I've been hosting competitions between chefs, turning my kitchen into an after-hours war zone. Tonight, two chefs go head-to-head with 1 hour on the clock to turn secret ingredients into incredible dishes. The prize, bragging rights. This is my fight! Welcome, everybody! We have some incredible chefs. First, Chef Jason Paluska. I'm the chef of a restaurant in Santa Barbara called The Lark. My personality in the kitchen is I like to keep it fun, I like to keep it cool, I like to keep it positive. Chef is the guy that leads a kitchen through a night of 440 covers, and somehow we pull it off. That's my role. I grew up in Texas. I was raised on barbecue. I was raised on Tex-Mex. I love spice. I love heat. I have no idea how tough this competition is going to be. I'm just going to get in there and cook my ass off. Jason used to play guitar in a rock band. Thank God that career didn't pan out because he's a great chef. Our second chef today, put your hands together for Chef Kyle Itani. My cooking style is based in Japanese tradition. Growing up in a Japanese-American household, I understand those ingredients and things from the heart of it. I've really made a big impact on the Bay Area food scene in the last couple of years, and I'm hoping to do the same down here tonight. Kyle's built a following in the Bay Area by combining two of my favorites, Japanese and American bar food. There's one more ingredient to this recipe, and that would be the ingredients. First, cilantro. Flowering cilantro, powerful cilantro flavor. You just have to have a little bit of restraint, not use too much, just because the flowers are so much more pungent to the point where they can almost get a bitter flavor if you have too much. Our second, collard greens. There's a lot of texture, there's a lot of possibilities with the collard greens. If somebody's trying to braise it and braise the whole thing, it's gonna be hard in an hour to do that. For our final ingredient, live halibut. Just relax. It's gonna be a huge challenge to kill it, break it down. Some people like to smash it on the head and kill it. Some people like to just fillet it while it's still alive. It's very lean. It's a tricky one. You can use anything in my pantry, anything in the back kitchen. You just have to make at least 2 dishes and use all the ingredients that we have here. And you have 1 hour to do it. You guys ready? Let's do it. Get back in the kitchen. When Alon revealed the ingredients, I was really excited. They're all ingredients I've worked with, they're ingredients that I love. I'm stoked. Well, these are just some notes I wrote down. I'm going to use the halibut, 1 raw, 1 cooked. Do a fried component as well with the halibut. And the halibut, I was so excited. And then the fact they're alive was like a little bit even more exciting, you know? What? Is this, are we going to have the fryer? I'll talk about it in a second. Good stuff. And not on purpose. I've got a little issue to tell you guys before we start. We don't have any fryer oil right now. Starting to come, there's no fryer oil. I was thinking this is gonna be tough. Fryers are completely empty, but it might just arrive and somebody might fill it. Hey, you guys ready to see these kids get dirty? 3, 2, 1, fight! Right off the bat, I grabbed the halibut, I ran to the back. Hey, Jay!
Jason, why don't you butcher that fish out here?
I don't like to fillet fish next to an oven in front of a range. Having a warm environment is really bad for fresh fish. The halibut, it's going to be the most challenging point of the day, I feel like.
I don't know how many times he's done a live fish either, so, you know, he's mighty smart doing what you don't know first.
And I immediately cut off his head, kill it so it doesn't flap around and ruin my day. With a live animal, you never really know what you're going to get. So the thing could have been flopping all over the floor for all I know. This sucks. These are dried bonito fish flakes to make dashi. I started my dashi stock, which was the giant kelp, the dried shiitake mushrooms, and the smoked bonito tuna flakes. Everything I tend to do has it in it. That broth, it's the backbone of Japanese cooking, really. I was like, okay, I'm going to get all my ducks in a row first. Try and get some vegetables cooking down for a long time, kind of stewed. Kind of like a sofrito. Sofrito is kind of like a Latin-based aromatic mirepoix of sorts. Usually bell peppers, celery, onions.
Chef, what do we got going back in the pot?
Making like a sofrito, but I'm going to put miso in it, like a miso sofrito.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm going to stew the collard greens in it. I'm cutting out the stems of the collard greens because those will definitely take longer to cook.
You're not going to use the stems, huh? Stems give a nice contrast, I think.
I knew the collard greens were going to have to start and like go because they had to braise for so long. And it slowly cooks down as slowly as we can.
For me, that was one of my primary concern, making sure that those collard greens get cooked long and low and slow. It's really the ideal method.
I am going to make ceviche with a halibut. The ceviche, it's a great starter. It's something that's fresh, it's vibrant, it's very much alive. They've got 4 fillets, 2 on top, 2 on bottom. Flat bottom fish are sweet and delicate and mild. Jason, where have you been? We missed you. Good to see you again.
Chef, can you tell us what you're going to be preparing now?
I'm making the ceviche. I'm freaking out a little bit, but I'm pulling it down. Thank you for asking. Just making sure the sofrito doesn't scorch. So after I started my stock, the first dish I'm making is Engawa sashimi. So do it here? Do it right here.
Here we go.
Yeah, do it.
With the fight underway, Chef Jason Paluska runs to the back to fillet the fish the only way he knows how.
Cut off the head, kill it so it doesn't flap around and ruin my day.
While Chef Kyle Itani takes a different approach.
Here we go.
I think he's dead. Oh, look out. To fillet the halibut, you start in the center, split the loins in half. I was really trying to be careful to scrape the bone and get that engawa piece. This muscle is called engawa in Japanese. It has a totally different texture, a little bit chewy, a little bit toothiness to it. It's a prized delicacy for sushi restaurants. This technique is called zesting.
That's a good technique you got there.
Hey, thank you very much. We had lime zest, orange zest, lemon zest. Oh yeah? A little of that? I use a lot of citrus. I use a lot of big, bold flavors because the energy transcends into the food, and for me, that's really important. The flowering cilantro we got made into a salsa verde for my ceviche plate. There was a blooming cilantro, there was some mint, there was a little bit of tarragon.
Pass me that bowl. Pass me that.
Don't touch it.
Smelling it.
Oh, they took your stuff.
No, I'm just smelling it. Smelling it. I smell
You know, it's
it.
not ready yet. That's-
I know. I just want to
that's
smell
weird.
it. Just smelling it.
Thank you. Why are you yelling at Naomi? She's so
Yeah, look at him.
This is soy sauce and sweet sake. I brought a soy sauce and sake and miso and just kind of the Japanese staples just so I can really highlight what I do. I'm chilling down this sauce. The sauce is kombu dashi, sake, and soy. This is grated ginger. I'm just going to use the flour to garnish the raw halibut and gawa. I just present it in a very traditional sashimi style way.
Got lots of
Kyle, how long you think before that plate comes out? 30 seconds.
Oh, we got a plate coming out.
We got a plate coming out. Go. That's a big plate. Okay.
Wow.
So this is what we call engawa in Japanese. It's dressed a little bit of wasabi and then a sweet dashi and soy sauce with grated breakfast radish, ginger, and flour and cilantro.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
34 minutes left.
It's so pretty.
Good way to start a meal.
The flavor's good. It's fresh. It's a nice first bite.
Sip it. Hey.
Maybe we should have had that in one.
It kind of should have been in a spoon, right?
So it should have been in a spoon or maybe in a bowl.
Yeah.
Skinning the halibut for the ceviche. I use the belly of the halibut. It's a little fattier and sweeter. The best way to fillet a fish is fast, clean, and cold. I'm plating right now. Cilantro, mint, tarragon, salsa verde. Jason with a plate! Here comes Jason!
Wow, it's beautiful.
Halibut belly ceviche, satsumas, blooming cilantro, radish, cabbage, Fresno chili, mint, tarragon, and, of course, love.
Yes.
Nice. That's a good ingredient. Love. I like that.
All right, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
Watch this. I think the fish is sliced nicely.
Yeah, very fresh, nice.
You know what I like? The combination of the cabbage, the cilantro, and the fish together.
Yeah.
I think there's something really buttery about it.
I think if I took the 2 raw fishes together, I'd probably go with this one.
Oh, really? I still feel like I actually might be
You like
looking
the
for the other.
simplicity of it?
Yeah, I liked it. I liked how simple it was.
This is the miso sofrito. I was trying to balance out the sofrito with the richness of the dashi stock, little umami flavor with the miso. And I'm gonna braise the collard greens with the. I just combined it last minute, but I'm gonna let that slowly stew a little bit more. We got oil! All right, I can do a fried dish. When the oil finally came in, I was super excited.
We didn't get fryer oil delivered, and we had to make a run for it, and I hope this will get hot in time enough for Kyle to do his fried dish.
Yeah.
Anybody have a lighter? Nobody smokes anymore?
This is LA.
I was like, oh, we're never gonna get this thing going.
We usually have a blowtorch laying around somewhere, but I just can't find it because there's too much stuff going on right now.
We got oil! Now I can do a fried dish.
Right now, I am lighting the fryer.
It's his kitchen, he knows all the tricks.
There we go.
Once it was going, I was pretty happy. Everything that's going in the sofrito, I'm gonna incorporate into like a fritter with the halibut, the Fresno chilies, the onions, the celery, julienne them all, and made like a little fritter with some quick tempura batter. There she is. A good look.
You look so pretty.
Sometimes you gotta feel pretty.
Jason, what are you gonna do with the collard greens?
I'm gonna braise them with beer and bacon. Cutting out the stem, take a long time to break them down. And as you can tell, we don't have a lot of time
You
today.
gonna cook the stem?
I'm not gonna cook the stem.
Pickle it?
Not today. Not you know what? I'd love to, but I'm not going to. I like this shit.
Neither of the chefs are actually choosing to use the stems. The judges and I are a little bit surprised. We love the stems.
Can I get a beer? Beer?
Yeah, can we get a beer over here?
Hey, thank you so much.
That was quick.
Just have one big slug of your beer right now. There you go.
That could not have been better. Beer helps break down the Swiss chard, and it helps to add some really nice bitter flavor from the sweetness of the bacon that we're going to start to see.
Yeah, we got fried stuff coming out too.
Okay, I'm playing. It's going to be the fritter and the sofrito collard greens.
What is that? What kind of secretness is that?
I found some tomato powder back there.
Let me taste a bite of that. Holy crap. That's good.
Awesome.
Hey, Kyle got another plate. He's bringing it out.
Fried food right here. Fried food.
Right.
I braised the collard greens in sofrito, but I made the sofrito with miso as well. So it's onions, celery, Fresno chilies, and tomato paste. And then the fritter, I used onions, celery, Fresno chilies, tomato powder on top, and halibut, of course, in there as well.
Totally, mixing 2 different cultures of cuisine,
Yeah.
and it's working perfect.
Yeah, I love the collard.
Yeah?
Really, the miso is totally awesome in there.
The miso, it just gives this like richness to the whole, just like boom,
Flavor.
Yeah. Retta, or not, take it all together. It's really
Yeah, you
good.
gotta have that.
That's really good.
Really a good dish.
Really tasty. Oh, with the collard greens makes it sick.
So this is barley. I'm gonna hopefully cook it right. I'm going to pan-sear the halibut. And then I use the top loin skin on. That paired really nicely with braised collard greens. With a mild flavored fish like halibut. I really wanted to add a lot of texture, add a lot of bold flavors. Got a little harissa spice that I'm gonna add to my barley. I used a North African spice blend called harissa, which has some spicy and a smoky element. I'm gonna chop up some of this cilantro and it's gonna get folded into my barley. Generally you start from the tail end with the skin side up. The last dish I did was a flour and cilantro roasted halibut. Next I'm gonna make a herb paste with the flour and cilantro and blitzed it in the Vitamix with a little bit of oil, a little bit of rice vinegar to brighten it up, some sweet sake to give it a little roundness, and then some parsley just to highlight the cilantro, highlight the halibut. I seared one side, flipped it, I basted it with the cilantro paste that I made, and put it in the oven. The fish is crisping up on one side. I'm just going to twist it on the other side and hopefully take it to a nice, beautiful medium. Herring halibut with the barley because it adds nice texture. The heat adds some richness. There's some butter here. This is the beard braised collard greens. A little bit of brown butter, hazelnuts for texture. Come on, cheer them on. You guys, nice dish up. Finish the dish with some pomegranate, some raw carrot, and mint.
Last dish coming out right now.
Got pan-seared halibut, harissa spiced barley, beard braised collard greens, bacon, a little bit of brown butter, hazelnuts, cilantro. Wow.
I like that he kept his skin on them.
Yeah, I think it's necessary if
They
you're going
help
to do it.
protect it a lot.
Yeah. But overall, I felt like maybe there was 3 or 4 too many things going on there.
Things separately are they taste nice.
Yeah, the technique was good and everything. It's just confusing.
I think there's 2 dishes here.
Yeah.
Toasting the nori seaweed, and the idea is they're going to eat it with the roasted halibut, like chips. The next is this roasted halibut. Unfortunately, I left it in the oven too long, got a little bit overcooked, got dried out. Easiest way to play yourself is overcook your fish. Just saying. I would never overcook my fish. I can't believe that happened. It's like, holy yeah. And I was thinking, dang, do I have enough time to fillet the other side of the halibut and start over? Unfortunately, I left the halibut in the oven too long, got a little bit overcooked, got dried out. Yeah, and I was thinking, dang, do I have enough time to start over? But I didn't. So I added the same sauce I had added in the first course, just to give it a little more wetness to the dish. All right, last dish coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so I blitzed the flour and cilantro, made an herb paste, and basted the fish with it while it was roasting. And then I toasted nori seaweed sheath. So the idea is I put it into the nori sheath and have like a bite. Yeah, a little hand roll.
Thank you so much.
Smells good.
Good flavor, a bit overcooked.
I'm a little bit bummed out, I'll be honest. I was excited because the flavor of everything is good and it's like a fun dish.
If he cooked his fish perfectly,
It's over, yeah.
right?
Let's bring these chefs out here. So, let's talk about the food. Kyle, your first dish, the sauce, was beautiful and gentle and a little bit sweet.
I wanted like a spoon full of the sauce.
Yeah. And this, I mean, this was great. The miso braised collard greens were delicious. You took an Americana vegetable and prepared it in a way that
Still kept its integrity.
and still kept the richness.
Nice.
Having eaten that, I was very excited for Kyle's next dish. Unfortunately, the fish was overcooked.
Yeah.
So
Flavor-wise, everything was delicious, except the fact that it was overcooked.
Yeah.
All right, chef, your raw preparation of the halibut.
I got a pepper on my first one, so it was kind of like pow, you know, it was a little spicy.
spice was a little strong for the fish, but as you continue to eat the dish, it kind of worked itself out.
I love the combination of the cilantro with the cabbage and the chilies. It was nice and very full for such a clean, bright dish.
Sweet. Thanks, man.
Your second dish, I really feel like there were 2 really good dishes in here.
It was delicious to eat. Just felt that there was no focus. It just went awry.
If you could get it all in one
one
bite,
bite.
then it would be like,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I agree with her, definitely.
At the end of the day, you guys both really did a great
Yeah,
job.
I mean,
cooked your hearts
Bottom
out.
line.
Really delicious.
Like, really.
We're going to talk for a second, then we'll bring you guys back out. Thank you very much. Round of applause.
So this is just going to be a really tough decision.
The highs were incredibly high, and the lows were, disappointments.
All right. It was fun, man. Good match. I'm exhausted, but I'm happy that I put out the food that I did. We should rematch, either my restaurant or yours. It'll be fun. After hearing their feedback, I was like, oh, I did not do well, and I'm not going to win this because I overcooked the fish so bad. Good luck.
I've made my decision, Chef. Do you think you know?
I do.
Yeah, I made my decision. I'm solid on that.
All right, let's find a winner. The winner of this knife fight is Kyle.
And here it is. It says I won. I'm going to hang it up right in my kitchen. I didn't win today, but at the same time, I feel good that I made it through.
Everybody, come on! think collectively all the judges and I felt the way that Kyle braised his collard greens with the miso and the sofrito, that won over everything else. Thank you so much for coming, but good night.
I said I came for the cleaver, and here it is.